call the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silence, please. Roll call, Andrea.
Counselor Schneider?
Here.
Counselor Stickley?
Here.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Present.
Counselor Steeritz?
Here.
And Counselor Fry.
Here.
We have 5 members present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Council has had time to review the prior meeting's minutes. Do we have a motion on those?
I would make a motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Motion to approve the prior meeting's minutes moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Fry. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we have an oath of office for Officer William Rogers, Police Lieutenant. Can you step forward? William, I'm not used to that.
All right.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, William Rogers,
I, William Rogers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Wauseon,
and the Charter of the City of Wauseon,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
of Lieutenant for the City of Wauseon,
Lieutenant for the City of Wauseon,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Nailed it.
Just pound on it.
That works.
There you go.
That usually
Good
keeps one
job.
Thanks, sir.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Congratulations.
Keys.
He's been waiting a while to say that.
Thank you, guys.
Nice job. Okay, moving on with our agenda. We have no one wishing to address council, but we do have a few committee reports. We have a Buildings and Ground Committee.
That would be me. Buildings and Grounds met with 2 individuals wishing to sell their property to the city. After quite a discussion on that, and with the committee talking to other individuals of the city, it is the Buildings and Grounds recommendation to reject the purchase of that property there. But I would like to thank the people for offering it to the city first.
Okay. And they have been contacted?
I don't think so. Did they?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to accept the Building and Grounds Committee recommendation to reject the offer to purchase the property.
I'll second it.
Motion to accept the Building and Grounds Committee recommendation moved by Counselor Chamberlain and seconded by Counselor Steeritz. Is there any discussion? Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Steeritz?
Yes.
Counselor Fry?
Yes.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Thank you. Utility Committee.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. September 24, we met and the Utility Committee. We had a visitor by the name of Rick Thompson. Rick came in to share with us some of the things he's been experiencing at his home on Brunel Street. It was a little bit of a history lesson initially. Mr. Thompson shared with us what he had been experiencing over the last 25 years. Keith Torbett shared with us as far as from the public works perspective what they've been noticing at the property. The issue is with stormwater and sewage backing up into Mr. Thompson's home over the last couple of decades, and he came to the utility committee meeting looking to get the city's help in hopefully preventing that from occurring in the future. Mr. Thompson's idea was to have a check valve installed by the city on his line running to his house. We had good discussion, I thought, Harold, and we heard from all the parties. At the end of the day, we tabled the issue, Mayor, until our third member of our committee could return. Jeff's away for a little bit. Once Jeff gets back, we're gonna have another committee meeting and have more dialogue about it. And we're sure to invite Mr. Thompson to any future committee meetings as well. So that's where we're at as of right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Alrighty. Moving on, we have department heads. Start with Chief Sluter.
The only thing I have at this time is the November 7th is the next township meeting. And we've invited the other townships to again come back to discuss further deliberations with their fire protection agreements. And we plan on meeting with them at that meeting.
Where's that being held?
At Clinton Township's office. Other than that, that's all I have right now.
Chief?
Mayor, just to let you know, we are still taking applications for our patrol officer spot. That will be until next Friday, October 18th is the deadline for those applications to come in. We have a drug take-back scheduled for the end of this month, the last Saturday, October 26th. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we'll have stations at Walmart and Rite Aid. And then we also still have a 24/7 drop box here at our department in our lobby. The last thing, last Wednesday on the 2nd, Pettisville Man Cave Ministries had a speaker that was by the name of Suho John. He was in the World Trade Center during 9/11. He goes around giving his speech, and at each one of those they always give a recognition to all the first responders. We did have a representative from our department go, and they did provide us with a plaque of recognition for our services. So if anybody'd like to see that afterwards, feel free.
Very good. Any questions for our chiefs?
Next up, filling the sergeant position then, obviously?
Yes, Wednesday we have a civil service meeting scheduled to certify the scores and the list and everything like that, and then we'll go from there.
Our assistant was gone for a funeral, so kind of had to put some things on hold
Yeah.
with that position. Okay. Chief? Whoop. Keith? I need a little jar, Every time.
As you know, we have been working on hiring 2 new public works employees. We were able to get both of those hired. One was John Wozniak and the other was Brad Myers. John has already started as of September 30th. Brad will be starting here in a little bit due to his job commitment. But he should be starting by the end of the month. Also, if you've noticed, we had some improvements done out front. The flagpole lights that were completely broken off are now replaced and actually working, as well as the lights on the exterior of the building are now working. Been working on our budget. I've only had to call Dennis once so far, so that's pretty good. Jamie hasn't kicked me too bad yet. We're still working on our capital improvements list, but I'm hopeful to have that done here in the very near future. And multiple other irons in the fire, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Any questions for Keith?
Speaking of lights, Keith, the lights illuminating the Dorothy Biddle Park sign, and one's shooting up straight, one's not working, if those just could be realigned.
Sure.
Thanks.
Jamie?
I provided the September month-end report and the income tax revenue. You'll notice that we're still down, however, it's at 3.65%, which is a little bit better than last month. So we keep bringing that number closer and closer to even. Then looking at my schedule, I will be working on getting a budget prepared and going over that with the mayor, and then hopefully scheduling the finance committee meeting. I have a pre-renewal meeting scheduled with our health insurance advisor this week, so we'll be getting some preliminary numbers in hopefully by the end of the month. And that's about all I have tonight.
Any questions for Jamie? Tom?
I really don't have much. We have one new resolution just to authorize the mayor to enter into a contract for copier services. Other than that, I just want to say with respect to the last Wednesday project out at the trails in Homecoming Park, the corridor, I just gotta say, wow, 30 guys from Worthington Steel came, tree commission folks, Rick was a very important part of that, planted 40 trees, 8 benches were installed along the path, each of which has 2 flowers next to it. The Worthington Steel guys were just amazing in terms of the work they got done. They really need to be thanked for their services, and the tree commission and Pete Carr, the soil and water folks. I mean, this was another really cool community event to get that work done, and the corridor just sort of transformed over a course of 2 weeks, and especially last Wednesday. And I think, Rick, were you out there planting a few more spruces on Saturday with Pete? The work never ends, but I tell you what we took a 10-foot sort of horse path between the two woods and turned it into a 3-acre, 195-foot wide or 250-foot wide oasis. I mean, if you walk back there now, instead of one trail, there's 2 trails. You walk through a sort of a little grove of mature trees. You go past an oak savanna, beautiful spruce trees along the path. The guys did a great job in reaching out to the folks who live out there to ask them what kind of trees they would be interested in having planted out there, and I think they were able to accommodate that. There's 3 bluebird boxes out there that are going to be finished up. It's just a really cool big hill, 2 paths, lots of trees. Come spring, if you get a chance to get out there, you walk through, there'll be wildflowers and grass, and it'll just be really, really cool. So I'd recommend folks that they have a chance to get out there and visit. And again, a big thanks to Worthington Steel. Chad Burton, I think, was the captain.
Yeah.
And again, the tree commission and soil and water guys. And we have, Pete had, I think a family member had a drone and took some pictures from up above and some video, and so hopefully we'll get those circulated so that everyone can see those.
Did you see those pictures?
I did see them.
It was kind of cool because the guys kind of locked hands and made a big W from up above.
I didn't see that picture, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The Worthington guys?
Yeah.
I wanted to add with Worthington, speaking with Chad, they shut down for a full day to do this. And they literally, to take a full day off, not only was it our project, but they did other projects throughout the area and in different areas of the county. And this is something they do every year. So to be able to shut down production for one day, that's a lot, asking a lot out of their company to do that. And one of them actually lives in Wauseon, grew up in Wauseon. His mother lived right across the street from Homecoming Park. And he said to be able to, he didn't even know that the trail was back there. And to be able to say, I can take my children and walk back here and say I had a hand in this. It meant a lot to him to be able to do this, and he works at Worthington. So it was really quite to see all of their shirts and all of them there. We totally Rotary ran out of food. It was a great day. It was really a great day to see all of these people working. So I gotta give hats off to Worthington for them taking the day off like that and shutting down production for this outreach.
Chad indicated that they actually have 6 different teams. 4 of them were in Wauseon doing different things, and 2 of them were in other parts of the county. But this was the galvanizing team that. And I tried to thank him for putting up the disc golf course. He said, "Oh, that wasn't us. That was the pickling line." So I said, "Tell the pickling guys, we really appreciate it."
And it gets used a lot. It gets used a lot. So great day. It really was. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Sorry I went on and on. It's just kind of exciting.
Not a problem. Okay.
Really cool.
The only other thing I wanted to add to Keith's report was that Friday that they did the lighting out front was a busy morning because we were putting the team's bushes came in, and those, I don't know if you guys noticed, the bushes are in out front, and the new tree is in out front. So the front of the city building got a facelift, and the lights were in it. Everybody was kind of waiting, and everyone was digging, and it was a great day, and I need to thank Public Works for helping us with that, so we didn't dig into any of their lines that were getting fixed at the same time.
We appreciate it.
Yes, so, they did a great job. Thank you for that, and, Outer Scapes for coming in and giving us the education on what would look good in there, so. All right. Any questions for Tom at all? Alrighty, great. Let's move on to legislation then. First reading, Resolution 2019-20, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Perry Pro-Tech for copier services and declaring an emergency.
I would make that motion.
Second.
Motion to place resolution 2019-20 on emergency moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Schneider. Is there any discussion? Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Steeritz?
Yes.
And Counselor Frye?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
I'd make a motion to pass this copier services agreement on emergency.
Second.
Motion to place resolution 2019-20 on final reading moved by Counselor Chamberlain and seconded by Counselor Stickley. Is there any discussion? Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Steeritz? And Counselor Frye?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Second reading, ordinance 2019-6, ordinance to amend section 377.04 the codified ordinances of the city of Wauseon, low-speed, underspeed, utility, and mini truck vehicles.
I would make that motion.
I see little mini trucks.
Second.
Motion to place ordinance 2019-6 on second reading moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Frye. Is there any discussion? Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Frye?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
And Counselor Steeritz? 5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Third reading, ordinance 2019-5, an ordinance amending section 1314.02 of the codified ordinances of the city of Wauseon, exterior premises and land areas.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Motion to place ordinance 2019-5 on final reading moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Counselor Frye. Is there any discussion? Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Frye?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Steeritz?
Yes.
And Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Okay, I think we've brought up a lot of new business. Anyone else have anything under new business?
I would just like to thank our clerk for putting little descriptions next to the ordinances so we can have a little refresher as to what we're talking about. Thank you. Something we talked about during committee of the whole. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice to have you guys discuss it. We need a motion for approval of the bills.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Motion to approve and pay the bills moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Counselor Steeritz. Is there any discussion? Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Steeritz?
Yes.
Counselor Frye?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
And Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
We have a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
Second.
Everybody wants to adjourn. Motion to adjourn moved by Counselor Chamberlain and seconded by Counselor Stickley. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.